Question 66. Was it part of God's plan for men to suffer and die?
God does not want men to suffer and die. God's original idea for man was paradise. Life forever and peace between God and man and their environment, between man and woman. Often we sense how life ought to be, how we ought to behave in our actions, words, and thoughts. But in fact, we do not follow that sense, which leads to chaos. We have lost the original harmony that people had with the world and ultimately with God. In sacred scripture, this experience is expressed in the story of the fall. The sin of Adam and Eve led to disconnection from God. The original harmony they had with God, the world, and with each other was lost. Because of their sin, Adam and Eve had to leave paradise. From then on, they experienced the toil of work, suffering, mortality, death, and temptation to sin. These are all signs of the loss of paradise.
Question 67. What is sin?
At the core of sin is a rejection of God and the refusal to accept His love. This is manifested in a disregard for His commandments. Everything good is from God. Among the many various good things, God gives us life. So what exactly is sin? It is more than weakness or incorrect behavior. Sin means literally a rejection of the good things God has made, which is also a rejection of God. For example, He gave us the Sabbath where we rest and go to Mass. We reject God by working on the Sabbath. God gives us friendship, which fulfills our social needs. We reject it when we take advantage of others or gossip, which is a rejection of God. Another example is the gift of time. He gives us time where we should pray. Instead, we party, play, do random meaningless things, or waste time, which is a rejection of God. God saw all this and our continual rejection of Him, so He decided to send Jesus to help us be reconciled with Him.
Question 68. Original sin? What does the fall of Adam and Eve have to do with us?
Sin in a strict sense implies guilt for which one is personally responsible. Therefore, the term original sin refers not to a personal sin, but rather to the disastrous, fallen state of mankind into which the individual is born, even before he himself sins by a free decision. In explaining original sin, Pope Benedict XVI says that we must understand that we all carry within us a drop of the poison of that way of thinking. Illustrated by the images in the book of Genesis, the human being does not trust God. Tempted by the serpent, he harbors the suspicion that God is a rival who curtails our freedom. And that we will be fully human only when we have cast him aside. Man does not want to receive his existence and the fullness of his life from God, and in doing so he trusts in deceit rather than the truth, and thereby sinks with his life into emptiness, into death. Hi, I'm Katie Locus. This is my sign name. I'm from the Archdiocese of Kansas City in Kansas. Thank you so much for watching our video this week. Hope to see you again next week. Bye!